Coming this September, starring great weather, spectacular landscapes, and possibly you. Summer in the NT. Why wait till December? Summer starts early in the Northern Territory. Seek an early summer holiday in the NT. Different in every sense.
It's night 5 of the NBL Blitz tonight. We have another doubleheader here at the Darwin basketball facility. First up, the New Zealand Breakers will take on the Illawarra Hawks, and that'll followed by the Cairns Tight Bands taking on the Brisbane Bullets. Lee Montagna here in commentary. Alongside me today, former NBL champion Damon Lowry. Welcome, Damon. You had a good look at the Illawarra Hawks a couple of nights ago when they defeated Melbourne United by 13 points. The New Zealand Breakers in their first game of the Blitz went down to the Brisbane Bullets by 12 points. Hoping for a good contest. A lot of new teams, new players on these rosters. Really hard at the moment to get a gauge on which teams we think will be contenders for NBL 23. But what did you like, first of all, about the Illawarra Hawks and what you saw the other night?
Yeah, thanks, Lee. Good to be here as usual. And I feel like we should be introducing you more because between the two of us, we've combined for a couple of All-Australians, haven't we? The Hawks looked really good the other day. Both imports, Tyler Harvey, Robinson, they looked great in transition. Sam Farland was really good. They just played a good brand of basketball. They got up and down. They played D. They looked dangerous in transition. So expect more of the same out of those guys. New Zealand, on the other hand, got off to a slow start. They injury depleted at the moment. Lost Tom Abercrombie. Will McDowell-White is not playing. So they are very undermanned. So don't know really to expect out of those guys.
Yeah, that's the big news to come out of the game against the Brisbane Bullets. The captain, Tom Abercrombie, with what seems to be quite a serious eye injury. Got emergency flown back to Auckland to get that looked at. So hopefully he's okay. Fingers crossed, as you said. Will McDowell-White didn't play either. And we believe that Barry Brown will not play either. Their import will get confirmation of that one soon, but he's got a foot injury. So we take a look at the starting lineups for the New Zealand Breakers. Their imports, Derek Pardon, Jarrell Brantley. Of course, Cam Glidden, the veteran. McDowell-White will play tonight. Isaiah Liafa's out there. Yep, and Isaiah Liafa, the starting five for the New Zealand Breakers. And for the Illawarra Hawks will be Sam Froling, Dendeng. Of course, as you said, Tyler Harvey, Justin Robinson. Looking forward to seeing him play as well. And Wani Swaka-Bullock will play some strong minutes as well. So we're not far away from tip-off. Good to see Will McDowell-White play. Talk about the AFL. His father, Darryl White, was a superstar for the Brisbane Lions. Premiership player, and has had a wonderful career. His son, he's a highlight really. He's going to be a super player. He's coming off some time with the Boomers, and he's certainly one to watch.
His Darryl definitely passed down some athletic genes to his sons. So good to see Will come out here today. He's going to have a bigger role this season with the Breakers. So hopefully he will turn it on today and show us something.
And we also want to see the French young superstar, the next gen star, Ryan Rupert. He showed some nice signs earlier in the week. He showed he's got some athleticism and some traits we believe he will eventually get drafted to the NBA. He's a super talent as well.
What he did the other day, if that was just a glimpse of what he's capable of, my goodness, it's going to be an unbelievable year from him. And it's good watching NBA players before they get to the league, because that's what we're looking at in Rupert.
Well, they've already had some success, the New Zealand Breakers. They've already had, I think, 3 players from that Next Star program go on to the NBA. RJ Hampton, one of those. So they have the potential for another one. What do you make of the imports for New Zealand the other night? Just off a bit scratchy start at the moment, still trying to find their feet in Australia.
Yeah, Derek Pardon got off to a very slow start. Hopefully he can bounce back. Jarrell Brantley was he was a little bit better. Still a little bit on the slow side, just getting the feel for the league. It's going to take a while, but I'll tell you what, you can't be messing around because the season starts October 1st.
It'll be interesting to see how all these imports go. So many new imports for all the teams. It's going to be fascinating to see how they fit in and which teams get off to a fast start. Cam Glidden will get some starting minutes tonight for the New Zealand Breakers. Of course, as we said, no Tob Abercrombie. So he'll bring in that bit of 3.5 power.
Cam Glidden looking for a more extended role this year. Came off the bench for the Phoenix last year. Kind of was buried a little bit due to the depth that they had in front of him. So hopefully he gets some opportunities this season to show everybody what he can really do.
There's Isaiah Liafa there, also back in the New Zealand colours. Back home after a couple of years away for him as well, playing for the Phoenix.
Always good to get a homecoming every now and then. And Isaiah last year with Phoenix, and we spoke about this previously, he's that guy who's got unbelievable belief in himself. Sometimes can get an ill-advised heat check moment, but he can play defense, he can shoot the three, he can get hot at any given time.
There's the Illawarra Hawks. Deng Deng will start. Wayne Swakala Bullock. Tyler Harvey, looking forward to seeing him in action. He's going to have another big year, you'd think, and he's got some support in Justin Robinson in the backcourt.
Let's get it on.
We're all set. Night 5 of the Blitz in Darwin. Here's Justin Robinson. Froling will wait for Harvey. He wants to get to that left hand and just a little floater straight up. Nice start for him.
There it is. Tyler Harvey's float game is sensational. Right hand, right foot, left hand, left foot. He's ambidextrous when it comes to floaters.
Now the Breakers, Liafa wants to get down low to Pardon early, get him involved in the offense. Draws the double team, so they'll swing the ball. This will suit Glidden. He'll step back and fire away. Brantley. Strange miss right under the basket. Just a bit rushed by him. Now the Hawks will look to attack again. Robinson under the foul. And there's going to be a foul called.
Justin Robinson is going to attack the paint and create havoc in all transition situations. That one didn't come off for him, but like 7, 8, 9 times out of 10, something good is going to happen. They're going to get a good shot out of it.
He's going to be a player to watch, isn't he? On the fringes of some NBA teams last season. He comes to the NBL as one of the prime movers, you would think. Looking to attack again. Got the matchup he likes. This time he'll fire from long range. It was way off.
Good D by Will. Will kept him in front of him, contested the tough shot. He looks lively early, Will.
He does. He kicks it out. Brantley and gets the offensive board. Give him another look. Third time lucky. The rim's out. Called last night with Adam Gibson and Damon. He reckons that right side, he reckons that right end of the ring, there's something not quite right. A lot of balls are bouncing out at that right end, so we'll keep an eye on that tonight. No trouble at the left end. Froling for 3.
Yeah, I heard Gibbo yesterday saying that those rims, a few of the players were struggling with that side of the rim, but you either can shoot or you can't. There are no excuses.
Don't blame the rim. Breakers still looking for their first points. Again, they want to try and get it down low to Pardon, but down right, left wide open. Foul off the ball.
Looks like New Zealand's trying to make a concerted effort to get the ball inside early, see if they can get the imports going.
As you said, Derek Pardon, just the 6 points and 6 boards on Sunday night in that loss to the Brisbane Bullets. Big fella who played in Israel last year, averaged the 14 points and 9 rebounds in Israel, so doesn't know how to find the basket. Sets the pick there for McDowell. White, who just misses again. Now Harvey from the long way back.
Lee, I've called Tyler Harvey, with all the respect in the world, a pathological scorer. He takes shots like that. Like, that is a bad shot in every sense of the word for normal humans, but for Tyler, it ain't a bad shot for him.
It's nice to have that license, wouldn't it? Just to be able to shoot. Good offensive board. And Deng he couldn't finish, but Froling does. Too easy on the offensive glass.
It's little things like that the Hawks are good at. They push the ball in transition and get a shot they want, and they miss it, but then they crash in the glass and get an extra possessions.
And they get a good offensive set going here. Brantley with the turnover. That was off his foot. So Coach Modi Mayor just having a chat to his players, just trying to settle them down. Had a couple of good looks. Brantley guarding Robinson at the top. They might try and exploit that matchup. Froling sees a lane, just tried to squeeze a pass down low. Foot violation.
This is the one thing about imports when they come here, the new guys, that is, they don't know the tendencies of the current players. Like, so he's crowding Sam Froling, but he's making him go left. I'm sure somebody's told him that Sam's left-handed, but it's little things like that that'll help the guys out the longer they're here.
Yeah, that's why you play these pre-season games. Feel for some of the opposition. Is now Robinson will fire. That's an air ball. Another turnover for the Breakers, so a sloppy start for them. Swaka gets the paint, and he'll get fouled. He'll go to the free throw line.
Good to see Wani being aggressive. Wani can score. It's just a matter of timing and opportunities, but in this team, he's out there in the starting five. He will get his moments, and he just got to be aggressive in his moments. And just then, he attacked the basket, drew the foul.
Still only 21 years of age. That foul was still on the floor before the shot. There's Froling again on that left hand. Gets to the basket and foul.
Somebody need to tell Derek. Like, watch him shoot this free throw, Derek. He's going to shoot it with his left hand. It's just little things like that the guys got to get better at.
Modi Mayor seen enough of this first 4 or 5 minutes. He's called a timeout. The Hawks off to a fast start.
The Hawks still got John King to come into the lineup. He's over there behind the bench with the hat on. Just don't know when he's due to hit the court. But how they look already, it's already impressive.
New Zealand Breakers have one more game to come. They'll play the Sydney Kings on Friday.
I feel like as much as it is important, like as nice it is, I should say, to get a win, I'd rather just see some improvement. See, they got one more practice game, one more preseason game to Breakers. You got to show some signs that you are trending in the right direction. Something to have to take some confidence back to New Zealand with, because right now I don't see a whole lot to be too excited about.
Illawarra Hawks will play the Adelaide 36ers on Thursday night. You think with all the changes to the Illawarra roster, of course the coach change, have they still got a good enough squad to get to the finals again?
I think they do. Obviously you're always going to need a little bit of luck to go your way, making sure the key guys don't get hurt, things like that. But they've already established a style of play. Now, whether the Hawks got as much talent on paper as the 36ers as Adelaide, that's beside the point, because their style of play is like another player, if you ask me. So, and like they say, styles make fights. Adelaide play up and down. They got some guys that can go. So does Wollongong. Illawarra. So that's going to be a great matchup.
So does Jacob Jackamus, you think, this season try and continue on under the system that Brian Goorjian was playing? Like, yeah, of course, he brings his own little flavour to it, but do you think they try and keep it pretty consistent?
I think they would. They've established some non-negotiables that both coaches have implemented throughout their career together. And then it'll just be a few little wrinkles that Jacob will put in on his own.
There's the 5 on the floor at the moment for the two sides. Danovic comes on for the Breakers. Still yet to find a basket. Can Pardon get something going this time down low? He'll draw the foul. And they should be able to get their first points of the game.
Good to see Rupert checking in early. Looks like he might be like a 20 to 25 minute player for him, but he's going to come in and be aggressive. Like these youngsters these days, Lee, they not worried about playing against men. He's 18 years old, and he takes shots as if he's a veteran. Good to see Derek Pardon get on the glass and clean it up, get some dirty stuff, maybe get his confidence going.
Derek Pardon, of course, his first season, the import. Played a lot of college basketball for the Northwest Wildcats. And still can't get on the scoreboard, the Breakers, even when they get some free throws. Froling just drops the shoulder, gets a little bit of separation, too easy for him. He's up to 10 points already.
Good grief. The Breakers are 0 for Tuesday. Somebody got to hit a bucket.
They turn to their young star, Rupert. They swing the ball, trying to get a good look. That's a good pass. Bad fumble from Pardon, so that's another turnover. That's their third already. And the Hawks might make them pay.
Wow.
Dang, a tough move.
Oh, my goodness. I thought it had the possibility to get ugly, but I didn't think it would take 5 minutes.
I was about to say that. You did say that off air. You thought potentially this could be a little blowout. Still a bit early to tell, but, gee, signs aren't good.
It's a bit of a copycat league, with all due respect. A lot of teams, most of the teams run the same stuff. You're going to get your dribble handoffs. You're going to get your back picks. You're going to get your Spain back pick plays. Everybody's going to do similar things. It's whether who can execute the best. And right now, the Breakers are just not executing offensively at all.
0 for 8 so far to start this one. There's Tim Conrad, the veteran, checks into the game, the 37-year-old. His 14th season. Leafa look to attack. Getting a nothing on defense. So Vodanovic will just fire. That'll be a violation.
With each missed shot, with each possession that doesn't go that way, that ring, that so-called tight ring gets a little tighter.
What can they go to try and get an easy bucket? What's the best way if you're just trying to get an easy score, just to get a little bit of confidence going? What can they?
You know what I do? I'd post Rupert.
Yep.
I'll post the 18-year-old, see who's got him, just put him on the block. I think he's their best probably scorer. Well, him and Will McDowell-White. Will can score as well. But maybe more of an ISO set.
Here he is with the ball in hand. It's a good look to Vodanovic. Again, the defense from the Hawks, give them credit. Been good. And now on transition, that's a nice little play. Might have been a travel, but they get the score.
If they don't call it, it's not a travel.
They've been red hot on the travel so far in the Blitz.
They have too, and I like to review almost all of those, but that was a good pick and roll play they just ran. They just missed the easy shot. I mean, as long as you're running stuff to get you a good shot, you got to figure play the percentages. They'll drop over time. But what you got to do when you do miss is you can't give up a dunk in transition right after that.
Now that was Mango Madiang checked into the game for the Hawks, straight into the scorer's books. Now they get a wide open look.
There it is.
And finally, it is the youngster Rupert that gets them on the board, but just as quickly they give up. Might be 3 at the other end.
Unacceptable. Didn't even have a chance to appreciate Rupert's smooth stroke in the corner because nobody got back on D, and you give up an and one. Wani runs the floor, outlet, and one. It's just demoralizing. It's things like this, Lee, like coaches, Modi's sitting over there going, what are my big problems? Like, what do I need to address? What's my top 3 things that are just going to keep me up at night? Defensive transition is one of them.
Well, that should be non-negotiable, shouldn't it? Because all that is really is the effort. I mean, sometimes, the ball doesn't fall, but you can put some effort in defensively. And at the moment, it's been a bit too easy. And while they're missing buckets, they can try and tighten up here and get a stop. Hawks doing it easily at the moment. Conrad looking for the handoff.
Caught that travel.
Checking into the game. That's Alex Madronya.
If your defensive transition is going to be that bad, you better be shooting 80%.
Adam Gibson and I called it. I think we had 11 or 12 travels in the game that we did last night. So the refs have been red hot. And Rupert again being aggressive, draws the foul. And we'll get to the free throw line.
Everybody's got different reasons why they're playing. Obviously, the team goal is to win a championship. If you're not playing to win the championship, then I don't know what you're doing. But Rupert is clearly going to be a possible lottery pick, a first-round pick next season. So he's not taking any plays off. He's not taking any days off. He wouldn't care. Similar situation like when R.J. Hampton was here. They don't have to win for these guys to make the NBA because the talent is already on display. When they get there and they have they pre-draft camps and they individual workouts, those GMs will see exactly their skill set, but they're keeping an eye on him every week.
Well, he's trying to get something going for them. He's got all 5 points so far. Of course, the Breakers are a franchise used to winning championships. It's been a rough couple of years. We know that. They've been away from home. Just the 5 wins last season, but expecting a different year for them. Get to go back to home, play some better basketball. A foul down low.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody's heart bled for the Breakers like the last couple of years, but now nobody feels sorry for you. So you can go back home, but you don't want to bring this particular product we're seeing right now back home. So they got some things to sort out.
Breakers already in the bonus, so they'll get to the free throw line, which will help.
Would have loved to have seen Barry Brown Jr. out there with Will McDowell White, but we're going to have to wait to the regular season to see it by the looks of things.
Here's Tom Vodanovic, had the 15 points against the Bullets the other night. He was their leading scorer.
Got hot early from the three-point line for Vodanovic.
Back at the Breakers as well after spending a couple of years at the Kings. They start to get some points on the board. Matiang looked to be aggressive, gets the foul.
Everybody's got a certain skill set. As Liam Neeson said, Lee, everybody's got a particular set of skills. Now, I don't know if you want to be pressuring Matiang that far away from the hoop. I mean, is he a three-point threat? So Vodanovic is upset he got the foul, but I'm upset with him for crowding him so close, inviting him to drive. So referees are calling things like that. You might think it was a soft call, but you put yourself in that position.
Yeah, been around for a long time. Matiang played some basketball all over the world. Got plenty of experience.
Just has been unlucky with injuries, so this is hopefully he can get a full season out of Matiang and see what he can really do. But he's a bit of a banger. Can finish around the rim. Probably not going to have many ISO plays run for him, but he'll benefit from a lot of spoon-fed passes from that backcourt. Good pass.
Another good look, couldn't finish, but now Brantley, he'll get his first points.
A little bit of scoreboard pressure changes everything. They're only down 12.
They've done pretty well to just keep themselves in touch here. Work them into the contest, and they get a stop now. Here's Madronya. Wants to get to the paint for the reverse and got fouled on the way.
Nice drive.
An aggressive play.
That's an area of Rupert's game that he's going to have to obviously improve. Well, not that I've seen a whole lot of his game, but ball containment. Like, we know what you can do on the offensive end. You don't want to be that guy that's known for playing one end of the court. Now, he was great in defense, picking up the ball full court the other night. But in a half-court situation, he can't be that aggressive because, like I said, guys are just putting their head down, getting to the rack, drawing fouls.
23-year-old Madronya played a time at the 36ers. Get some minutes in the rotation for the Hawks this season. Makes both. A 14-point lead, 2 minutes to go in this first quarter.
Oh, Warhorse veteran Kevin White checks in for the Hawks on D.
So fresh, they get to get the name on the back of the singlet for him.
Yeah. Came in as an injury replacement. Him and Timmy Conrad, because Daniel Greta is just going through some bad luck at the moment with injuries. But Kevin White's coming back to Wollongong. I keep saying Wollongong.
Can't get it out.
Can't get it out of my system. But he's coming back to Illawarra, and everybody knows what Kevin White brings. He brings leadership. He brings poise, toughness on defense. So if he's going to get somebody to replace someone, he could do a whole lot worse.
I want to know later what it's like playing in Wollongong, what the fans are like there. They love their basketball.
They do. And the club was in jeopardy a few times, but the fans, the supporters rallied and made sure that the Foundation Club stayed alive. A lot of work went on behind the scenes with the admin, Matt Campbell, and a lot of the staff who did everything to keep the team afloat.
And they're getting some success finals in the last couple of seasons, looking to get back there again in NBL 23. And they've started their blitz campaign pretty well. The ball movement. Adronya get out to Deng and set his feet. That's it. Fly was a bit long. Again, another offensive rebound. That's their 8th. Already in this game. Robinson. Strong move. Pretty good defense,
wow.
I thought, from Brantley, but he liked it.
Yeah, he likes how it smells. Look at that. He knew it was tough. You know, the Breakers played 18 seconds of great defense, but they couldn't finish the possession, so they give up the offensive rebound, and then poor old Rob Lowe ends up on Robinson Island, and we saw the result.
His first points, Justin Robinson, worth waiting for, and he finishes the three-point play. Repair's got the 7 for the Breakers, and here he is now. Kevin White getting up in his grill. Good backdoor cut, good feed. Brantley again can't finish, gets another look at it, but good defense. Deng with the block. And then the pass and the finish from Froling.
Oh, my goodness. Sammy, stop it.
12 points and 5 boards in this first quarter for Sam Froling.
That was a lot of action in 6 seconds. Brantley misses what he should have made, gets his rebound. He got great effort on the glass, Brantley. Ding, throws it out of there, and off we go to the races. And like I said, man, Justin Robinson in transition, a very willing, skillful passer. Sammy Froling running the floor like a greyhound, and finishing with dramatic stuff.
Back out to 17 points after the Breakers were able to do a bit of work on offense to get it back within 12. Glidden back on the floor. They are yet to get anything going on offense. He's just going to fire from long range. It's not going to go down. 1 for 10 for New Zealand from long range in this first quarter.
This first quarter can't finish quick enough for the Breakers.
Fans have enjoyed the Blitz so far, 5 days of it. Coming out, getting vocal. Watching the Stars play. There is one of the Stars, Robinson, that rims out. Now Repair wanting to push the floor.
Yeah, this is a feast of basketball for the Darwinites. Good to have the Blitz in town. Northern Territory government looking after everybody.
Of course, looking to get a team in the NBL at some stage. Maybe within the next 5 years, there'll be a team in Darwin, which would be great for the competition to expand as Rupert. There's that rim again. Just bounced out. This will be the final play of the first quarter. Drawing you with a little step back, and that'll see us out. First quarter dominated by the Illawarra Hawks. They had all the highlights at their end. Sam Froling doing most of the damage. And the Breakers, after a slow start, able to get a little bit going, but they've got plenty of work to do if they want to get back in this one. Trail by 17 points at quarter time. What'd you make of that first term, Damon? As we take a look in a moment at some of the stats from this first quarter. We'll get some of the highlights up in a minute, but she was impressive by the Hawks.
I'm sitting here with my coach's hat on, Lee, and I'm not happy with the Breakers just put out there.
Coach always goes negative first. That's what I was trying to say. Give me the Hawks. What did you like about the Hawks first before you?
The
Coach gets nasty at the Breakers.
No, the Hawks did what I thought they would come out and do. They already have a brand of basketball. They have established a style, a brand. Everybody looks comfortable. The entire roster. Wait till the other bench guys come on. Like, everybody looks good. They play D, they scrappy. They're not a big team. Like, they're not physically imposing, but they compete. Even on the last possession, they switch ball screens. They don't care if it's small or little. The little guys fighting out in the post, and the big is doing his best to contain on the perimeter. Shot goes up, and they're cleaning the glass, and they're running. The only time they'll walk them off the court is if they are just absolutely spent. But this style of play is going to be trouble, I think, for other teams in the league. Now, the Breakers, on the other hand, Lee.
What's your take on the Breakers?
Look, I mean, are we contracted to say nothing but nice things and act like we just didn't see that? Now, look, I want to cut them a little bit of slack, but it's just too hard when you're giving up easy stuff. Like I said, I don't mind if you're missing shots. I don't mind the occasional turnover. But if you're just giving up layups and dunks and ones and things like that, that's just a problem. We just can't pretend we didn't see it.
They struggled at the offensive end. 2 of 18 in that first quarter for New Zealand. Both those field goals from Ray and Rupert. So we'll see if they can get something going a bit better in this second quarter. And maybe some defensive intensity. Just got a feeling the Hawks won't take the foot off the gas at all.
Jacob is up on the sidelines. He's into it.
Motion to start this first offensive play, but again, they can't get the ball to drop. Tyler Harvey back on the floor. He's yet to get going, just the 2 points. Only a couple of shots in that first quarter for him. Draws a crowd, so he kicks the ball out.
Oh, Lord. Oh, my.
There's the move and the finish with that floater. Just bounced out again. Gee, that's tough to stop.
I was feeling very bad for Rupert's ankles just then, but look, I like the fact that the 18-year-old is taking the challenge of picking up these guards. These shifty, these ain't regular run-of-the-mill guards. He's out there trying to defend and stay in front of, because Harvey is shifty. For the most part, he did a decent job, but like I say, Harvey's pathological. When he's committed to getting to the rack and getting the shot up, he's pretty much going to do that.
Well, this guy, he's an All-NBA first team. He's a runner-up MVP. He's going to lead the Hawks again in NBL 23.
I put the question out there the other day, is Justin Robinson and Tyler Harvey one of the most electrifying backcourts the league has ever seen in only a couple of games? I mean, just the way they play, you can just tell. And I hope for Australia, for NBL's sake, that Tyler, he might decide to make Australia his home, because we will see this on a regular basis for the next 5 to 6 years.
Had the 27 points between them the other night, Robinson and Harvey. He thought about it, wants to try and get a better look, and again the block. It's going to be called a goaltend though.
New Zealand is showing more patience on offense. Got themselves a good shot. Lucky Matthew ain't got there a split second too late.
On the floor for the Hawks, Tyler Harvey, Young, Robinson, Swaka Lopolukia, and Deng as well. There's Deng. Robinson, can't get that floater to fall. Pardon, Leafa, Glidden, Rupert, and Vidanovic for the Breakers. Another block. That's going to be called a foul, though. See, you must be loving the defensive intent, though, from the Hawks.
Yeah, the Hawks are engaged defensively. I'm really impressed with Deng Deng. I mean, Deng Deng has always had talent. He's had talent in Adelaide, Brisbane, but he looks really engaged because sometimes he could go missing. And I think it depends on the environment that he's in. But for whatever reason, he looks all the way in with the Hawks, and he's being very active on D, containing the ball, rotating it with aggression. The Hawks look great on defense. See Barry Brown Jr. there holding the clipboard. See, it's okay to hold the clipboard. Not really writing anything on it.
He's got the text. He's got the texter in the other hand.
Yeah, what are you going to put on there?
He's out with a foot injury.
He looks good too. I was really impressed with him in transition. A rock solid, steady guard. Obviously, like I said, the offensive continuity, it can only get better. You don't want to overreact too much in a preseason tournament, but I'm just thinking the season starts in 11 days. So you're running out of time to prepare. You don't want to get off to a slow start in the season. The league's too tough.
The Breakers will come to Melbourne to take on Melbourne United in the opener. Sunday, October 2. As you said, less than a couple of weeks away. They'll be at John Cain Arena.
And Melbourne United's another team that's not looking. They're not ready yet neither. They're not ready. Their offensive flow is nowhere near, I think, where it will eventually get to. So a few teams are vulnerable to start the season, I think.
Feels that way, doesn't it? Which teams can settle the best, can get their imports to settle and find their rhythm, can maybe get a bit of a jump. Get some wins on the board early. We know how important that is as the season goes on. Bank some wins.
Absolutely.
Not having to play catch up. But it does feel like a lot of teams just trying to find their groove with a lot of new imports as Conrad tries his luck from long range.
That will not deter Timmy in the slightest just because he shot that wide left. But if you're on defense, you got to know you can't be helping off Timmy because he'll let it fly.
Pardon back on the floor, Derek Pardon. Still yet to trouble the scorers. Can they get it down low to him? He's got Conrad working hard. Eventually they get it to him, but he's going to have to do some work from there. Tries his luck.
Whoa. I don't know what to say with that possession, but I'll tell you what. You can run your offense and you get the ball from side to side, and at some point I'm sitting there thinking, who's going to shoot? And this is when sometimes the offensive continuity, sometimes you can simplify it and just go, you know what, how about we just go flat, 1-4 flat, let Rupert dance at the top of the key and see if he can create something like what Robinson is doing in situations like that. Give him a middle ball screen, something to just maybe open the game up a little bit, but they seem to be pretty committed to just running their stuff.
Vidanovic thought about trying it himself, got a bit too aggressive on the bump. From Conrad, bit of respect there between those two.
Both players won't give an inch, but they do it in a respectful way.
As you'd expect so far, all these games have been played in pretty good spirits. They see a lot of each other, these players, across the course of the season. Glidden.
Off his leg.
Going to be another turnover.
That's the thing with Cam Glidden. He can obviously shoot the three, but for some reason he thought, I'm just going to try to get to the rack. But sometimes you got to take the shot that's given to you, and if you miss it, you just miss it. But missed the open shot instead of trying to make it a little bit tougher. He put the ball on the floor, got stripped.
Donya let that fly. Slowed down a bit scoring in this early part of the second quarter. Danovic again attack. Conrad kicks it out. Now, they still can't get that ball to drop.
Credit to the Breakers, they're still competing. Hawks haven't run away with it. Only been 3 minutes into this quarter, but the Endeavor seems to have picked up a little bit.
3 of 22 from field goal range, though, makes it tough.
3 of 22.
3 of 22, yeah. 1 of 13 from long range. Here's Glidden. That'll help. Nice little lay-in, draws the contact, chance for a three-point play.
Something easy. Get your confidence up. Shooting percentages like that reminds me of a funny line that Adam Caporn, who's now assistant coach of the Brooklyn Nets, were teammates back in Wollongong, and Caporn couldn't hit his shot. And he said, I couldn't hit the side of a barn with a frozen chicken. I had never heard that line before. I chuckled every time I think of it. Right now, the Breakers can't hit the side of a barn with a frozen chicken.
Here's Deng Deng. Froling is the handoff. You know, that little 1-2 play. A little bit of offense and then an easy bucket for Robinson.
When the smallest guy on the court gets an offensive rebound, is that acceptable? Good effort by Justin, but New Zealand can't let that happen.
Foul's been called. Already their 4th foul this quarter for the Hawks. In fact, the 5th, so he will go to the line. Isaiah Lafas, that's going to help. But an aggressive defense from Illawarra.
Good job by the Breakers getting themselves to the stripe in the bonus, so he's shooting free throws for the last 6:25.
This is the second, but he'll get it back and he might turn it into a 4-point play. That's the way to do it.
There we go. It's only a matter of time.
Alpha getting in on the action. Averaged the 9 points last NBL season. They get back within 11. So can they get it to within single digits back into this half? Froling thought about Harvey. Instead goes to Swakalopoulos. Can he get it to drop?
Push it. Got some momentum.
Good active hands from the Hawks. Force the turnover. Froling wants to push the floor, push the ball. Harvey's got all the time in the world. That's normally pretty regulation for him. He might have another go at it. He stepped out of bounds, so well done by the Breakers.
They dodged a bullet. Glidden unlucky not to get that charge call. Sammy coming down the middle. Bogdanovic goes flying past Tyler. Tyler misses a wide open triple. But they kept scrapping and came up with the ball. Forced the turnover.
Just over 5 minutes left in this first half. Trailed by 17 at quarter time, the Breakers, and they'll get to the stripe again. Danovic fouled on that 3-point shot. So get them back to within 8 points.
Bogdanovic is showing some skill on the perimeter that we didn't see a whole lot of in Sydney last year. Can't shoot it. It wouldn't turn down a wide open shot, but now he's shot fake, one dribble, step back. Wouldn't have picked him for that, but he got himself to the line for 3.
Well, they probably needed someone to be a bit more aggressive, as you said, in this second term. At least he's getting something going for them. It's up to 4 points. Jamal Brantley checks into the game.
That's
the brother of Jarrell Brantley. He's the late replacement for
the Jay Brantley brothers have reunited.
Barry Brown. That makes it hard for a caller, Damon, when you've got Jarrell and Jamal.
Yeah, who's the big brother? Who's the little brother?
Jamal that's on the floor is the older brother. Pardon, thought he played some good defense. I thought there was a foul. Maybe Froling will get to the stripe.
And Jamal thought, I'm doing the right thing. I'm sending him Sam right. But he got a straight line drive to the basket, so he gets himself to the stripe. How many brothers have played together in NBL? That's question for the Twitter universe. But don't tweet me because I'm not even paying attention to my Twitter account. But I wonder how many brothers have played together in the league.
See how many you can fire away as we go on. The Drimmicks?
Frank and Anthony? Together?
Did they play in the same team?
Not together. Not together. That's Oh, Sam and Harry Frawley last year.
There you go.
There you go. All right, I'll stop at one.
Worked hard here to get back within 10, New Zealand, although that's a pretty easy turnover. Hand the ball back to the Hawks. McDowell White really yet to get going in this one. Didn't play the first game on Sunday.
He looks physically in great shape, so I'm not even worried about Will McDowell White this season. Not worried at all. This game right here, this is, I would say, cobwebs, a little bit of rust, but we all know who he is.
Harvey.
Oh, man. Oh, if I had $1 for every time Harvey hits a floater in the key.
I just remember, I was thinking, I wasn't thinking of the Drimmicks. I was thinking of the Smiths, the twins.
Jason and Darren.
Jason and Darren. Did they play in the same team?
Ooh, they might have been at the Victoria Titans together.
Because I was a
yes.
Giants, North Melbourne Giants and Titans fan.
That's it, yep.
Maybe then. Harvey finishes the three-point play.
I think this last 4.5 is dangerous, Lee, for the Breakers, because they played D enough to keep themselves in it, but they haven't been able to apply the scoreboard pressure. And you can only get stops for so long, and I think the Hawks could have one more spurt in them to finish the half.
Here's McDowell White. Can he get his first points of the game? Just a bit long on that one. There's that offensive board from Jamal Brantley. Vodanovic. Froling pulls down his sixth rebound. Deng's happy to pull it out. Now Harvey, nice little spin move, but good defense from Vodanovic. He's cranked it up a bit this quarter, New Zealand. Can they get a stop? They do.
Pressure Tyler got a little bit too dribble happy. Hello.
There you go. That's the way to get some easy buckets. Get a turnover on defense.
I was unaware of Adanovic's hops. That was a standard issue two-hand lob. Looked like he did with ease.
As Deng gets fouled going to the basket. And the two counts. There's a goaltend. You've been impressed with Deng?
I have been. I like the way he's engaged. Sometimes, like I said in the past, he could go missing, but he looks locked in. It's just little simple things like that you say, is it a technical thing or is that an effort thing? So the Breakers force the turnover, get themselves a nice alley-oop dunk, and right after that, they give up a ding-dang and one. Like right after that. So little things like that, this shouldn't have to draw that up on the board. That should be just a conversation with the fellas. So it's little things like that they got to clean up.
Deng back at Illawarra Hawks after spending a year at the Bullets. Had the 9 points against his former team on Sunday. Jacob Jackamus getting right into it on the bench. Coach of the Hawks.
Jacob is undefeated as a head coach, going back to even last year. He's 2-0. Back to the foul line. Got to take advantage of the foul counts. Good job by Will to keep his dribble alive and handle the pressure.
Are you believing the hype with McDowell White that he can have a breakout, can really step up this year and announce himself in the NBL?
I do. I believe that hype. I'm extremely hopeful. Like, he was great last year. They had depth in the backcourt. Anytime Will got major minutes, like, he produced. So now, obviously, with an import guard coming in, there's more opportunities in the backcourt for him. His interview he did on the Huddle podcast with Liam Santa Maria, he made it quite clear that what he was expecting out of himself this season. So he's full of confidence, and I see no reason why he can't deliver.
It was a good re-signing for the Breakers. He was in demand. We're all trying to get at him, and here he is on cue. I'll keep the ball though, the Breakers. Hustle on the offensive end, repair back into the game.
Yeah, the Hawks scoring have dried up this quarter. They got some questions to ask themselves. Sometimes is it just missing shots? Is it missing the wrong kind of shots? Like, what is it? How come? So, like I said, you don't want to have paralysis by analysis, but still got to ask the question on some things.
Dale White this time. His playmaker to repair, and the youngsters combine.
That was excellent. Will McDowell White created all of that, got him himself a nice ball screen, got him to the key, sucked in the defense, and found an open repair.
He's up to 11 points. Quick response from Robinson. He gets himself up to 7 points. Now Isaiah Liafa tries his luck. Good hustle from Jamal Brantley.
You can tell
that was Pardon. Apologies, yeah.
You can tell with his endeavor on the glass, he's going to get the Breakers a lot of second chance opportunities this season. Sometimes you got to beg guys to crash the offensive boards. You don't have to worry about that with Pardon.
Take a look at the leading scorers just before half-time. Ryan Rupert, as we said, with the 11 points. So we take a look at some of the first half highlights.
Tip jam just then, one of the few Breaker transition buckets, resulted out of a turnover, actually. So they know how to put the ball in the hole and finish when they give themselves some opportunities like that. But you're going to have to crank up the D to get those kind of opportunities.
Danovich, the 7 points. Isaiah Liafa with the 4. And Sam Froling had the 10 points in the first quarter. He's up to 13. Justin Robinson and Tyler Harvey with 7 apiece. Froling also with the 6 boards, and Deng pulled down 5.
Teams always play a little bit of cat and mouse in the preseason. Like, I'm sure there's some plays they could probably go to get a bucket or to ISO someone, but do you want to show it all in Darwin? You want to have a few surprises up your sleeve. But you also, Lee, don't want to get embarrassed.
It's a balance, isn't it? You're also trying to just get the right minutes into the right players who needs some extra conditioning, who's in pretty good shape. You don't want any injuries either, Damon. You don't want an injury.
That's true. What was your attitude going into preseason?
It changes as you got older. When you're younger, you're trying to impress. You're trying to find your best form. As you get a bit older, you just want to get through, just do enough work, don't get hurt. Everyone's at a different stage in their pre-season, their development. Conrad, well, we know where he's at with his stage of his development.
Yeah, Conrad might be over them pre-seasons.
Yeah. And young Rupert, he's just playing every game with a lot of energy. Here he is again. He's got got him going. The fire starter, good offensive board. Pardon, and then, oh, what about the block?
Wow, 2 grown men down there
That's Yang.
battling.
Couple of times now.
Two grown men competing. Love to see that. They both wanted to foul on each other. The ref said, let's just keep playing ball, fellas.
I like it. Let the big boys go at it. And now they're going to try the alley-oop. Oh, man. He got that from a mile back. That's a nice way to get your first bucket.
Did he touch the back of the tag on his shorts before he threw that one down?
We need to get another look at that. Just showing his athleticism. Derek Pardon, if you don't mind.
I beg you. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not doing it. He goes to the glass all the time. Glad to see him rewarded with one of those.
Not sure what happened there for Robinson to get to the free throw line at the other end. He'll get his 8th and 9th points of this first half. Better quarter anyway for the Breakers, isn't it? They've been able to get themselves back in the contest.
Absolutely. And this, even a jam like that by partner, just to energize the team.
Outscored Illawarra 20 points to 14. And they might have a few more in them inside the final minute. Low. Got a good seal. Couldn't finish his work, but we'll get to the stripe again.
Good ball movement, nice cross screen. The Hawks kind of stuffed up that switch. Rob Lowe gets himself to the rack. He's upset he didn't finish it, but now you got to go to the line and reward yourself.
Rob Lowe, another one that's been around the league for a while. The Breakers just getting his touch and his groove back. Getting to play with his new teammates in the backcourt.
Rob Lowe can stretch the floor. He's a good three-point shooter, got good size about him. Just hoping for just a more consistent season.
Good second turn by the Breakers. And the Hawks finish with a flurry though. The defense from Pardon was able to pull up Robinson. We'll have to guard him again.
Oh no.
And that time he slipped by.
Whack.
Got the wide open Conrad. He's done that 1,000 times in his career.
Wow, I'm telling you, you guards out there, you youngsters, you aspiring point guards, you have got to be able to find the open man and execute a pick and roll. I mean, I would love a stat to see how many times did somebody get a wide open shot on a Justin Robinson pick and roll. He doesn't go in there and get tunnel vision and try to score it all himself. He knows where everybody is on the floor. And guys, all Conrad got to do is just catch and shoot. See the Cairns boys strolling out.
They'll be on after this, yeah, taking on the Brisbane Bullets.
They probably be the only team that's used to this humidity.
Really tough conditions for the players up there in Darwin. Well, hopefully by now they've had about a week or so to acclimatise.
Yeah, I saw the Phoenix boys frolicking in the pool for recovery. Didn't see many laps or any leg lifts or anything like that, just some frolicking.
Be a nice place to do some recovery. Beautiful part of Australia up there in Darwin. And the next Stars player, Ryan Rupert, he's got the 11 points for the Breakers. He's been able to get them going, of course. Besson, Dieng and Hampton have all been next Stars that have gone on to the NBA. Won't be long before Rupert joins them.
Oh yeah, he'll be there in June.
McDowell White gets it to Leafra. He's going to step back and just let it fly. They might have chance for one more. Right on the halftime buzzer. 3 or 4 goes at it. There's going to be a foul called.
well-executed play out of the timeout. Got a bit of a contested shot, but the ball got through hands. You can see what they were trying to do. But there's Derek Parton on the glass, cleaning up the miss.
So this will be the last play of the first half. The clock up on the... Oh, they've put 1 second back on the clock now. You can see there on the screen. Up at the Darwin basketball facility. And the Gold Coast Rollers singlet there, framed up on the wall.
Yeah, that's some nostalgia.
Isn't it?
Gold Coast would like to get a team back in the league as well. I don't know who wore number 7 for the Gold Coast Rollers back then. I wonder who that was. Now, Derek, you got to do yourself some favors at the foul line. You don't want to be that guy that they're hacking because you can't get to the line and finish. So the stroke looks okay. There you go.
So that'll see us out first half. The Breakers have done pretty well to peg back the 17-point margin at quarter time. They get it back to 11. And it was mainly off the back of Rayan Rupert, the French 18-year-old. He had the 11 points, 3 boards. Nice spread for the Illawarra Hawks, led by Sam Froling with the 13 points. Justin Robinson, dangerous. The offensive end with the 9 points. We'll take a short break and we'll be back soon.
A sequel, months in the making. Summer in the NT. Why wait till December? Seek an early summer holiday in the Northern Territory.
And later on we have Cairns v Brisbane, taking a look at some of the first half highlights. And, well, mainly Illawarra. Damon, they did certainly play the better of the first half, but credit to New Zealand, they were able to fight their way back somewhat in that second term.
They did. They got off to a very, very early start. They got down, 12, 14 zip before they got on the scoreboard. But seen some good highlights from both teams. Obviously, the Hawks got the majority of the good highlights, but just seeing Justin Robinson in transition, dropping dimes, a lot of pick and rolls, watching Sammy Frawling run the floor. So yeah, a bit of everything from the Hawks. I'd like to see a few more highlights from the Breakers, but they stayed competitive that second quarter.
Goes off the back of Rayan Rupert, the young Frenchman who had the 11 points, 3 boards. Derek Pardon able to get busy on the glass. He's doing some good work underneath. That was the highlight.
That was the one
of the first half. The alley-oop inbound play.
That was the one. New Zealand's going to be the team that everybody every year says they send somebody to the NBA. They just know how to get a guy. They go to France. They got a good relationship with the people of France. But that's one thing that you can always get you can bank on is that they're going to get a guy that's NBA bound.
Of course, the Illawarra Hawks will play their third and final game in this Blitz tournament on Thursday night against the Adelaide 36ers. The New Zealand Breakers will take on the Sydney Kings. That'll be on Friday. And that'll wrap up what's been a good week for everyone to be together, being able to get some good minutes in, get some conditioning. It's going to be a wonderful NBL 23. I mean, the imports we've got this year, Damon, I know you've seen a lot of them, but gee, we've got some talent. We spoke about it earlier. A lot of list turnover amongst a lot of the teams, particularly the teams at the top. An opportunity for some teams that have struggled the last few years to bounce pretty quickly. So who are you expecting to bounce? Which is a team that maybe have disappointed the last few years that can bounce? Is it Brisbane with Aaron Baines back, 36ers?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, NBL 23, like the Jordan year, it's going to be big. Obviously, the Brisbane Bullets with the key pickups of Big Bainesy and Tyler Johnson. The Adelaide 36ers, I mean, storylines all over the place. Adelaide, who was not very good last year. Now, they're my pick to win the whole thing.
Really? Early?
They were my way too early pick to win the championship, and now it's not so early, and I'm still picking them to win the championship.
Of course, we'll see the Brisbane Bullets in action after this. All the games live on KO Freebies. You can tune in. Of course, Illawarra Hawks had the good win against Melbourne United a few nights ago. You said, Damon, they might take a little bit of time to get going. They lost a couple of very important pieces to their team, but they defeated them by 13 points, the Hawks. They've been pretty impressive so far, and they've looked pretty good here.
Yeah, I see Rajon came out for the Melbourne United and made a very bold statement. Said, I am the best new import in the league. Said, I tick the most boxes. After what I saw in game one in the Blitz, that's debatable. Yeah, I'm debating that one, but you can tell he can obviously play.
Yeah,
and he's obviously got a tremendous belief in himself. But that's going to be on everybody's whiteboard, every team that he's come out and said that. Now he's going to have to live up to it. But the guy that can make a comment like that does not lack belief. He will welcome all the smoke.
Second half, not far away here, of course, as we said. Off the top, the New Zealand Breakers missing their captain, Tom Abercrombie, who had to fly home after a serious eye injury in that game Sunday night against the Bullets. And Barry Brown, one of their imports, their guard, two-way guard, is going to miss a little bit of time with a foot injury. So his replacement tonight is Jamal Brantley, wearing the number 77, the bigger brother of Gerald Brantley. And for the Hawks, their import, George King, we're yet to see in this tournament, but there's a lot of positivity around him when he gets out there for the Hawks.
It's hard for guys when they don't get to start the preseason and they got to come in while the season's already started. You know, rotations have already been kind of formed, and you got to come in and try to fit. Just makes it a little bit harder.
Second half underway. Robertson looking to attack straight away, and then trying to show off a bit of his mid-range game. Just couldn't get that one to fall.
Poor old Rob Lowe. He's switching out on these guards. He's thinking, what have I done to deserve this? Dodged a bullet on that occasion, though.
On the floor for the Breakers to start this third term. Gerald Brantley, Isaiah Loafa, Cam Glidden, Rupert, and Rob Lowe. Here is Rupert. Looks good from long range. Drains another one.
Did the exact same thing the other day. Top of the key, between the legs, drag it out. Smooth stroke.
Smooth. I was just going to say the same. It looks so smooth. And they get it back to 8 points. Tyler Harvey, Justin Robinson. Swaikala Buluk, this man Froling. And Deng in the corner. Brantley. Back out to Rupert. They swing the ball to the corner. That's Glidden's spot.
Hawks have fallen back into a zone. For some reason, change up the tempo, I guess. I don't know, but they just They're giving up wide open shots.
Here's Robinson for the quick response. He's long on that one. All of a sudden, the Breakers have a bit of momentum. They see the mismatch down low. Draws the double team. Waiafa set his feet. He's disappointed with that.
The Breakers have hung in. Difference what happens when you can make a couple shots. String a few stops together. We got ourselves a ball game now, Lee.
Certainly do. It's been on the offensive glass for the Breakers, 14-6. So the hustle has been able to get them some second chances, and Froling wanting to do what he did in the first quarter. Gets that left hand, gets the lay-in.
Is he left-handed? Come on.
He's 6 from 7 from the field. Sam Froling for his 15 points, leading everyone on the floor. And Deng gets the steal. Good hands. And quick transition. Tyler Harvey looks around, assesses the options, pulls up at the free throw line with that floater that he loves to go with. Couldn't get it to fall.
I'm shocked he missed that. Good pass.
Nice feed, and the reverse finish from Lowe. Better offense here to start this third quarter.
But look at this. Come
Damon,
on.
I don't want to get you worked up.
What can I kick in here? Come on, get back on D, fellas.
That's what I do in my B grade Wednesday night basketball. We get caught ball watching when someone does something nice.
You can't be celebrating your own work. Who you play with?
We just play at MSAC Albert Park. We're called the Gators. We just won the B grade grand final. They want to move us to A grade, but we're not that serious. As Rupert goes to the basket. Shot clock violation. A grade on a Wednesday night, just a bit too serious. We struggle to get numbers together, particularly if the game's after 9 o'clock. You still play at all?
Oh, nah. My days of impersonating a basketball player are long over.
You're fit as though. You can still play.
I'm an ultra runner now.
I know.
This game has definitely come to life, which is good. Just got to clean up a few things in defensive transition. And the Breakers are not the only team in this blitz that's having issues with D-trans.
Oh, that was way off from Rob Look. So just struggling here, the Hawks, and the Breakers can sniff at opportunity. Oh, their hands are good again. Active hands. It's another steal, and then
that's
nice finish. Swaka Lobaluk.
Swak, that was nice. Gets the steal, runs the floor. Doesn't throw up some crazy nice little footwork to get the finish, get the and one. Modi's talking to Rupert over there. Now, Rupert, he can play some point. And when I say, I don't want to disrespect true point guards when I say this. I should say he can initiate offense and he can bring the ball up the floor. There's a difference between that and being a point guard. So in that particular situation, he's got a turnover there. But if he had more space to work with, I'm sure he could make some plays and he'll mature in that role.
Danovich checks in. I'll get another look at it from another offensive board, and this time they make them pay.
Nice.
Breakers pressing here.
Nice work by Isaiah. Penetrated, ran a pick and roll through a great pass to the corner for a wide open look, and then knocked it down when it didn't go that way. So the offense looking real good initiating offense at this stage.
Good ball movement from the Breakers. I just couldn't get that one to fall. And the quick transition is Froling, although it's going to be a block.
Tell you what, lucky it was a block. It could have been a professional block because once again, D-Trans almost saw a Sam Froling dunk. This is the time of the year, time of the season of a preseason tournament where you're obviously looking at combinations. Right now, Modi's got all three imports on the bench. Just having a look at different combinations. Probably going with who's his best, I guess, defensive unit right now. Probably trying to manage minutes as well. But this particular group out here right now seem to be looking pretty smooth on offense.
It's the voice of former Wollongong champion Damon Lowry. Calling all the action tonight. First of a doubleheader. There's Tyler Harvey. Gets another couple to drop. He's up to 9 points.
On 3 floaters, at least 3 floaters too.
Stick with us after this. Cairns Taipans taking on the Brisbane Bullets. Looking forward to seeing some talent on show there.
Good action. Rob Lowe is disputing the foul, but it all happened so fast. He just wasn't in position to be a set a legal screen after that handoff. But don't go compounding the error by making the referees hate your guts.
Here's Harvey again.
I'm shocked.
Just a couple. I'm telling you, maybe Adam Gibson's onto something. Rim at that end.
He's 3 of 5 on his floaters.
Good ball movement. Rupert sets the feet. That's another one for him. That's his third. 4 3-pointer. All 4 3-pointers. 4 from 7 for him from long range.
Wow. When his feet is set, that stroke. Oh, hello. Oh, hello.
Oh, talk about setting the feet.
My thing is, don't forget about me. I completely forgot about you shooting threes. But show us something, big fella.
Glidden says, hang on a minute.
And again, that's the one. Okay, patience. Patience, young Jedi.
A little pick and roll action. It's been a few times. Pardon just hasn't been able to take that bounce pass on the pick and roll.
Yeah, especially when it hits you in the shins.
Yeah, too low for you. You've got to get that a bit higher. Long way down for the big fella, 203 centimetres.
But you can see Rupert when he gets his feet set. Like, I would like to see him coming off some double stagger screens, just running some plays strictly for him to get some catch and shoot threes. Because that stroke looks extremely nice.
Here's Justin Robinson. Conrad already made one. Good strong board. Natty Yank, and he's in a good position to finish that play.
I'm going to help out the other 9 teams in the league, Lee, and just give up a scouting report on Timmy Conrad and the Hawks. Are you ready?
Yep.
If Timmy Conrad comes to set a pick, he ain't setting it. He's going to do the old ghost screen. He wants to slip out the other side for the 3. I don't know if the other teams noticed that.
Someone should. He's been doing it for only about 14 years.
Been doing it for a while. And he just put his body on the line and took a charge. So good on you, Timmy. You know I'm just taking the piss.
37 years of age, still going strong. Always good to have some experience in leadership on the roster. Still play some valuable minutes. Rupert showing his defensive work. Quick handsy.
And he can do that. He can get up the court and create a little bit of havoc just to make the guard have to really respect the ball.
Game on here after trailing by 17 points. There's Conrad again, not shy. Repairs had the hot hand, 17 points for him.
Good extra pass, good extra pass. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Almost twice his age. Conrad, I think he is, in fact. He did well enough on defense, and then it's good defense from Cam Glidden, the veteran.
Great job getting back on D-Cam. That is on the highlight tape in our scouting session when the Breakers all get together back home. That's the effort. Shots missed. You don't drop your head and feel sorry for yourself. You get back on D. Glidden got right and put himself in great position, took the charge as Modi daps him up on the sideline.
McDowell White. Just the 1 point of him. He's had a pretty quiet game after missing game 1 of the Blitz. Sets up Glidden though.
Nice.
Too much time for him.
Repair with the penetration. Finds the open Will McDowell, who I thought should have took that shot, but he made the extra pass to the absolutely known shooter in Glidden. That's good ball movement. It's a 5-point game, Lee.
Yeah, credit to Coach Modi Mayor. He's been able to get them to swing the ball a bit more, some better offense, good looks. And they are right in this contest. Their defense has been pretty good as well. New Zealand bench want the ball back, but it'll stay with the Hawks. Justin Robinson will come for a breather, but they just replace him with Tyler Harvey. That's nice.
Yeah, one scoring lefty goes out, one scoring lefty comes in.
Froling will check back into the game as well. Kevin White into the game for the Hawks.
You don't want to shoot yourself in the foot. You're the Hawks. You built a little bit of momentum. You don't want to kill your own momentum with poor execution on offense and a little bit of sloppy D.
Oh, I thought he just slipped over, but the foul's being called. Always a tricky one, that situation, is it, for the ref?
Yeah, it's a bang bang happened. Did he slip in a puddle because of the humidity, or did he get pushed? It's, you know. Is it worth having a heart attack over, though, Lee, in the preseason?
It's probably not.
What's your stance, Lee, on getting the wrong call? Are you giving away a 50? You giving away a free kick? What are you doing? You don't get the call, don't go your way. How did you react?
Most of the time, pretty good. But yes, you can't help. We're competitive beasts. Sometimes it gets the better of you. We saw a few technical fouls last night. Actually, the game we did in the Blitz. Come on.
Yeah.
Tex in the preseason. Just settle down, everyone.
Exactly.
Harvey makes both. He's up to 11 points. They're much more active, aren't they? Much more active on the offensive end. And that's the result. You get wide open shots.
Isn't it amazing how your shooting percentage goes up when the ball moves around with some life and the bodies move around?
All of a sudden, yeah, their field goal percentage getting up there, much better. And they're back within 4, close as they've been since the start of the game, really.
Everything picks up. Defensive intensity picks up. It's contagious.
Now they're feeling good about themselves. Even Derek Pardon trying to get in on the act. Finish the reverse. Good defense. Now Harvey with the lob for Froling. Oh, didn't quite have the athleticism of Derek Pardon earlier.
Didn't have the flexible shoulder blades that Derek Pardon had to reach back like that and get that one.
Sam Froling and Repair both at 17 points. The most in the game. Froling with the 10 in the first quarter. Really got the Hawks off to that big lead. There's Harvey, puts the ball on the floor, and then, what's about that?
I'm trying to tell you, the guy gets in the paint, he's shooting a high percentage. You know, just on that previous possession the Breakers had when they went inside the Derek Pardon now, I don't want to be mean when I say this, but I don't know if that's your number one thing to go to if you're the Breakers. But what I really loved about it is the guy's working his ass off, Lee. He deserves a post touch. And, like, I'm not saying that he can't score one-on-one, but I'm just saying it might not be as efficient. But I still like it because his work rate is tremendous. And I'd love for you to prove me wrong, too, Derek. Prove me wrong that you can be that go-to guy in the block.
Played some good minutes. He's played over the 20 minutes, just the 3 points, but as we said, 7 rebounds, a couple of offensive boards, working hard. And he'll come up and set this pick for McDowell White. He'll roll.
Good pass.
Yeah, that's good offense. Vodanovic now starting to find his range. He's got himself up to 13 points.
Full credit to Will McDowell-White. He is just making plays. You don't always have to be the scorer yourself, but he is working that pick and roll, making the right play, getting guys wide open looks.
And the Hawks struggling to get it to drop, and that's going to be three-quarter time. And credit to the New Zealand Breakers. They've been able to get this one back within 3 points.
Look at Modi. Modi's at half court. He knows. Great turnaround. Guys could have laid down after the first quarter and thought, you know what, it's too damn hot in Darwin. It ain't our day. We're missing guys. But nope, Modi got stuck into him, and throughout the second quarter, obviously now the third quarter, guys have chipped away. They've lifted their defensive intensity. Offensive execution is much better. Regardless if the shots happen to drop, just the way they're playing is a more sustainable style of basketball to get you some wins. So it's good to see them now. They pegged it back, held the Hawks to how many points they scored that quarter? What they have at the half? Either way, it's a 3-point game. So they've definitely turned up the screws on defense.
At halftime, there was 44-33. Another big turn for the Breakers. Trailed by 17 points at quarter time. So take a look at the leading scorers for both sides.
Wow, the 18-year-old is leading the team in scoring and points. 18.7 rebounds. Sorry, 17 and 7 with a quarter to go.
He's got that length and athleticism. Get up, pull down some boards, and then it was McDowell-White just running the offense, being playmaker. He hasn't scored. He's only got the 1 point, but certainly setting up his teammates.
Same with Isaiah Liafa. They both did the exact same thing. When Liafa had the point, he was finding people, making plays happen. If they can get that consistent level of backcourt play, and don't forget they still got Barry Brown Jr. to come back. Rupert is clearly going to look like he's going to average double figures, and I'm sure he'll have his occasional explosion. If they can just be consistent enough and efficient on the offensive end, they can make some noise.
As I said, Modi may all be really pleased. They're able to turn this one around, fight their way back. Much better ball movement on offense. And we've got the fourth quarter underway. Rupert, Glidden, Liafa, Brantley and Lowe on the floor. And they're starting to feel it from long range.
Nice executed Spain action. Glidden is now in his zone. Sometimes I feel like he can turn down a shot if he misses a couple and doesn't want to take the next one, but once he's seen it go in a couple of times, he knows what to do.
Scores are level. At one stage from three-point range, I think they were at 8% New Zealand. They've got it back over 30%. And they're finding their groove. Just being able to get down to the left end of this court. This might be the bigger bucket. There's Lowe, down low. Kicks it out again. This ball movement we've seen in the second half. Brantley thought about it and then going to try the step back. He thought, well, everyone else is feeling it.
Wow.
I'll get in on the act as well. First time today, they've got the lead.
Jarrell said, forget taking the easy one. I'm going to make it a little bit more difficult and knock that one down. What the hell just happened, Lee? New Zealand's winning.
I told you pre-game they were a chance. Harvey left wide open in the corner. That's a defensive breakdown. Got a good game on our hands. Liafa. Oh, little pick and pop, but good hands from Tyler Harvey.
I don't know if the coaches both thought maybe this could be a game where, well, looks like we'll probably play our bench for like the last quarter or so. But now this game has actually turned into a real game. So you can get some real learning out of this one.
That's right. That's the important part, isn't it? Down the stretch. You can...
Oh,
man! What? He wasn't even in the screen. Isaiah Liafa, they are feeling it now, the Breakers.
It never looked like missing.
They've gone from not being able to hit the side of a barn with a frozen chook to not being able to miss.
It's unbelievable.
And
Does he get a Kmart gift card, gift voucher for that? That was past the Kmart.
It's now Jacob Jackamus calling the timeout just to settle him down. Turn this one on its head, the Breakers.
Modi's coming out to ask the ref, did you get 5 points for that?
Let's take a look at some of the highlights. It's been the ball movement, hasn't it? It's really stood out of the New Zealand Breakers since really quarter time. They only had 10 points in that first term.
Absolutely. For whatever reason, why they got off to the slow start they did, that's for them to go back home and talk about. But how they have responded has been very impressive. And how the Hawks have responded has been the opposite of impressive.
Just the 35 points for the Hawks since quarter time. Tyler Harvey still in good touch, going at 50% with his 16 points. Sam Froling as well. So between those two, 33 points at about 60% shooting. Just struggling a little bit.
Nope, these 8 minutes are for real basketball scenarios that they will see during the season. Hey, what's up, Soup? Soup Campbell over there on the baseline.
Dronya checks into the game for the Hawks. Justin Robinson, Tyler Harvey, ding ding. There is Madronya.
Once again, Justin Robinson working a pick and roll, finding the open guy. Then it's just a matter of, can you knock the shot down?
They are where he was before. They want to get it to the shooter. He's feeling it. Cam Glidden. They can't miss all of a sudden, the Breakers.
CG3. I've seen him get hot like this last year a couple times for the Phoenix. And it's funny how that little sneaky play they just ran where, not he having a block party. Oh, okay.
Goal 10.
Hit the backboard first. Cam Glidden gives the handoff, runs off the flare screen. And he was always coming back off the rescreen. He did not hesitate. I think he's made his last 3. Same stuff. The Hawks blew it up that time.
A nice bit of individual play from Madronya. Alex Madronya gets the points. He's got his 4th point.
Alex is flying under the radar. He's that nice size. He can guard perimeter guys, small forward types. Not an offensive liability. I haven't seen a whole lot of them, but looking real good.
Yeah, it's the Breakers just turning the ball over. That time there might be a foul called. It is on Rob Lowe, an offensive foul. He's getting a little bit worked up, but he's not going to stress too much.
Sometimes you find yourself in a situation, the Hawks, you think the game was pretty much over. Like the way they got off to that good start, they probably thought, like we thought, it's going to be walk in the park. Then you find yourself, you play yourself into a bit of a funk. You find yourself in a game. You think, okay, now we'll turn it on. It doesn't work that way. Then you find yourself down. Now everything changes. The whole dynamic of the game changes. So now we see how the Hawks can respond down the stretch.
We've seen it. Saw plenty of it last season. 17 points. Teams can easily pick that margin back. The alley-oop and the reverse finish.
Just when we thought we saw the dunk of the day. Great pass. Great finish. Dang, dang.
Couple of highlight reels tonight.
The backwards two-hand alley-oop. That finish, that's rare.
That is. We have not seen a lot of that.
You see that in layup lines. You don't see that in the real game.
Let's take a look at some of the highlights. These games come to life. And there it is. Perfect lob from Tyler Harvey. And Deng did go up like an aeroplane.
Nice.
It's Scores a level. 6.5 minutes left. Of course, Cairns and the Brisbane Bullets to fire this one. A couple of teams that might also play a fair bit of offense, a bit up and down the floor. So stick with us. Some good basketball to come. Night 5 of the Blitz in Darwin. Of course, New Zealand just priming themselves for the first game of the season. It'll be Sunday, October 2 against Melbourne United before they go back home and play some games back in New Zealand, which would be nice for them to be able to do that. As we said, it's been a tough couple of years for this Breakers team.
Absolutely. New Zealand fans, get out and about. Make sure that joint is sold out.
Especially with some of the young talent they've got playing. And not quite on the same page on that one. They're White and Pardon, but they keep possession. Now Rupert, he might just go at it alone. Good defense from Froling.
Don't mind it. Attack the rim. You're not going to get every call, young fella, but stay aggressive.
Jacob Jackinus not treating this like a pre-season game. He's been up and vocal right from the start.
Didn't recognize the shot clock. Coaches hate that turnover.
Get that out the system in the pre-season. 15 turnovers for the Breakers tonight. It's only 5 for Illawarra.
5 turnovers.
Only 5 turnovers.
Yeah, that's sensational. It's just not translating.
Oh, Froling. The rejection from Brantley, and then what can Repair do at the other end? Just couldn't quite get it, but Brantley, first down the floor, keeps the ball alive for the Breakers.
Brantley didn't want to touch it because he thought it might be offensive goaltending, but we don't do that over here.
Dale White had the radar tonight for him on the offensive end.
Jacob is over there, fully locked in. I love to know what's in that those little notes he's carrying.
Robertson to Harvey. Shot clock ticking down. So Harvey says, well, I'm just going to have to shoot it.
He did something so subtle there. I'm going to need more time to talk about what he just did. I'm going to have to wait for the next dead ball to tell you how he just lulled him to sleep like he wasn't going to shoot that. Nice tip by Tyler. You can't get the board yourself. Tips it to his teammate.
The 21 points now, Tyler Harvey. The most in this game. Dang. Knocked off that one as he took a shot.
Marty goes, I can't get a call. My hands were straight up. Can I go back to what Tyler did late?
Please, explain.
All right. This is subtle. We get taught as juniors, as kids, to not look down at the floor. But, especially when you're dribbling. But what Tyler did, he came off, he act like he's going to shot fake it. So Rupert is like, oh, he's ready to go. He's defending it. Tyler put the ball down and just looked at the floor. So Rupert relaxed. And then Tyler just raised up and shot it. You cannot drop your hands for a second. The man is pathological. It was a trick. He sucks you in, Rupert. Go back and watch that when you get back to the hotel. See what he did to you.
And then he can add that to his game.
Absolutely.
That's what you do. That looks like that'd be a foul. Yeah, there's a fair bit of contact in that play. Mayarfa will get to the stripe. Or was that McDowell White?
I think that was Will to get himself to the line.
Yeah. Tyler Harvey might have caught one on the chin. That little passage, it was pretty physical in there. I think that bothers Will McDowell White when you've got that size frame.
Yeah, Will's built like a bit of a linebacker. He's not a sneaky strong. Got a few kegs on him. That's just all in the right spots.
We're back to a 1-point game. As you see, the Breakers trailed by 17 at quarter time, and that rims out. Adam Gibson just smiles and nods.
Yep, I told you.
Here's Brantley. Already nailed one. Why not make it two?
Okay. Was kind of quiet in game one in the Blitz. And now Jarrell Brantley is becoming a very reliable three-point shooter. At least he's showing the league, you better respect me out here.
Yep.
Floater in. I think that might be on Jacob's card over there on the sideline. Tyler, get to your left side, go on your left hand, get into the key and shoot the floater. It's 70%.
Again, pretty physical down that end of the floor, and an offensive foul this time.
3:34 to go, tie game. You know who wins this game, Lee? The team that makes the least amount of mistakes.
Least mistakes from here.
From 3.5 right now, it is 0-0. The team with the least amount of mistakes. That's turnovers, giving up offensive rebounds.
Oh, Robinson.
Giving up dunks.
That's a nice feed.
This is when execution got to be at its highest.
You've loved Robinson's playmaking when he puts the ball on the floor and attacks the basket.
Good things happen. Every time good things happen. He was unlucky to miss the last layup, but it was a great shot.
Glidden, he's been feeling it, picked off that time. There's a mistake. There's one.
Mm-hmm.
And then Robinson makes them pay at the other end.
Timeout. Timeout.
Oh, he liked it again.
That's all it takes. A turnover now. This is just me. And not that I could ever shoot like Cameron Glidden, but damn it, if I hit 3 in a row, that fourth one is going up. That's all there is to it. He thought it would have been a bad shot. He tried to get it inside. He forced a pass. It wasn't on. And then it's hard to get back on defense after a turnover.
Well, he's 4 from 6 tonight, Cam Glidden. You'd think that might have been an opportunity for him to keep rolling with it, but he just tried to create. And in the end, that turnover resulted in 2 points down the other end. Now they're back to 4 points behind.
Yeah, don't give me 4 of 6. Give me 4 of 12. Like, shoot it. That's the partner probably get the offensive rebound anyway.
Tyler Harvey now, 23 points, going at 62% from the field. Justin Robinson, his partner in crime, just the 11. And plenty at half time, and Sam Froling, the 19 points as well, and he's also shooting at 67% from the field. Well, as we said, Cam Glidden, the 15 points. Isaiah Liafo with the 10. And Graham Rupert, the 17, leading the New Zealand Breakers. Cairns and Brisbane straight up after this one. Both teams warming up. Looking forward to that, seeing Aaron Baines in action again.
See if the big fella can back it up. Probably get a few more minutes. Baines, I think, only played 14 to 15 minutes in game one.
Yep, just had, I think, 16 points in 14 minutes. Nathan Sobey, maybe a few more minutes. He just was on limited minutes as well the other night. Let's see what they go with on offense here, the Breakers. Who do they look for?
Looking for Glidden. There he is. Let it fly. Oh, they ran him off that time. But now you get that.
Good play. Pardon again, showing his athleticism. Wasn't the ideal pass from Glidden, but he made it work.
I'm glad you saw they flew. They saw that play coming, and Timmy Conrad came over and almost double-teamed Glidden. He said, now this one I can't shoot. So he put the ball on the floor, got to the rack, turned it to a 2-on-1. Got a lob over to Pardon, so now he's at the line. Now Pardon got to reward himself from here.
Free throws down the stretch. Always a big part of the game. How's that going to be seen? Breakers will keep the ball.
Ding, ding, dodged the bullet. Got to keep him off the glass. Great effort by Brantley.
Certainly get off this inbound play after they had the
Oh, no.
lob. Well, that's the
no.
sort of wrong type of lob for Pardon. And that's going to be too easy for Deng Deng. There's a mistake. That's 2 for New Zealand these last 3.5 minutes. You said who made the least would win. Brantley thought that was a good rejection from Froling, but foul's been called.
This is the time. New Zealand, just keep your composure. Like, Brantley decided to take him on himself, drove into a wall, got bailed out by the referee, I felt, but he got himself to the line. But this is a situation where you don't need to panic. It's 2 minutes and 11 seconds to go, plenty of possessions left. You don't need to take any ill-advised, crazy shots.
Jarrell Brantley, now got his big brother on the roster. Injury replacement. As we said earlier, Barry Brown not playing with a foot injury. That's nice for the boys to play together.
Now it's all about getting a stop. Sound defense without fouling. Let's see how the Hawks execute.
I think Robinson to be the man here to set something up on offense. Goes alone. He's also fouled.
Wow. Okay, all these teams in the league, the other 8 teams in the league. Hawks move the ball from side to side. At some point, you know the on ball is coming. How are you going to defend the on ball with Justin Robinson and Tyler Harvey? These guys are just creating havoc. Do you trap them? I don't know. You trap them, they split it. I don't know what you're supposed to do. You can't play a drop defense because Tyler, they got floaters. So can't wait to see how this season unfolds because, like I said, those two are the most electrifying tandem, I think, this season.
Robinson now with 13 points to go with his 8 assists.
Same play. Here it comes. They saw it coming.
I've read that one again. Tyler Harvey was onto it. This will be a big play. He'll get the foul. It's 3 mistakes. Number of turnovers. Since you said least mistakes, they've had 3 turnovers, New Zealand, in 2 minutes.
This is what happens. Now, yes, that play worked before, but guess what? The Hawks are all over that play. So now, when I was at Wollongong, our coach, most teams too, it's not just ours, but Brendan Joyce, he was big on having counters for the counters, because once you show a team what you do, they stop it, then you got to have a counter for how they stop it. Right now, I don't see what the Breakers are doing because the Hawks are shooting that gap now, and Glidden has not got a good look on that play, and it's resulting in 2 turnovers. So they need a plan B, Lee.
Well, the turnover's 19-5. New Zealand committed 14 more, but I suppose it's the rebounds that have kept them in at 21 more rebounds. They've out-rebounded the Hawks. So that's, I suppose, made up for the turnovers as McDowell White lets it fly. Now feeling the pressure of the clock. 7 points down with 1:20 to go.
I bet you $1 one of them ends up with a ball screen. Either Justin or Tyler.
Just couldn't quite get that to drop, so they must score on this possession, you'd think, for New Zealand. Brantley gets the lob into Pardon, who could have gone up the first time. He just hesitated. Couldn't finish. Now it looks like he's got a bit of cramp. The humidity is starting to take its toll.
Everybody's grabbing something. Brantley's grabbing something in the front.
Not sure Brantley's...
Pardon's grabbing something in the back.
I think that's cramp on Brantley. There's McDowell White. Shows a little fancy move there, just to keep them in touch. Still got time.
I got a cramp rule. You're not allowed to get carried off the court.
Is it the rule?
That's the rule. Their partner's cramping up.
Come on, big fella. Keep playing the final 25 seconds. Get a stop. They've got to get something here. Who's going to fire away? Leafra, he's already got one from long range. Oh, he gets that one.
Hello.
How intent are they to get a stop? They'll commit the foul, give themselves a chance, but it's Tyler Harvey who'll go to the free throw line. If he makes both, that'll be game over, you would think.
Yeah. Derek Pardon looks like me running around in my local oval.
Except you're cramping after you're running 52 kilometres in a day.
If anybody deserves some cramps, it's him. Look at him over there in the corner. He has worked his butt off. I love the effort from both imports for New Zealand. The effort is there. You can't dispute that. It's just going to be a matter of how they execute and how they come together as a team. But so far, I mean, those are the intangible signs Modi Mario wants to see.
Just the 5 points for Jamal Brantley, but the 8 rebounds.
The effort. Yep.
No, 9 points, I should say. 9 points, 8 rebounds. The effort's been there. A number of them on the offensive glass. Makes the first, Harvey. So this should seal the win for the Hawks. They did the damage in that first quarter when they led by 17. It was a 27-10 opening turn.
This is you'd rather a game like this than a blowout game. You want something that you can learn from. You want to be put in situations that are going to be relevant to the season. And the Hawks lost the lead, and now they had to dig down deep and come down and execute and get stops. And then once it became a tie game in the fourth, late in the fourth, now it's all about execution and not making mistakes. Hawks didn't make any mistakes down that stretch. If they did, they didn't make enough of them to lose the game.
Rebounding, slight concern. They've been out-rebounded by 21 in this game to the Breakers. They're not the biggest team, are they, the Hawks? Is that going to be a bit of a concern?
Absolutely, that's a concern because you don't want to give up offensive rebounds. So that's the only thing that really kept New Zealand in it when it could have been probably a blowout was the effort that they had on the glass. Now, I said this in game one, the Hawks are not that, like I said, that big. I mean, they got Mathiang, but once he's off the court, they're pretty slight. So if you play against a team that crashed the glass, like the Breakers obviously do, the Hawks going to have to just dig down a little deeper and make sure they get body on body. Didn't do a great job of that today, and that'll be addressed, no doubt.
There are some teams with some big boys in it, some big imports, and of course Aaron Baines, who we're going to see up in action next on this court, not far away from that one against the Cairns Taipans. I'm looking forward to seeing Keanu Pinder play. He was good in game one. So what do they draw up? They throw it up for McDowell White. That'll see us out. In the end, turned into be a pretty good game of basketball. Looked like it was going to be a blowout early. Illawarra came out firing. The New Zealand Breakers, as Damon Lowry said, couldn't hit the side of a barn with a frozen chicken. But in the end, they got some better offense going, some better looks. They hit the front. And then in the end, Illawarra just had a little bit too much class to get the job done. What did you make of it?
I thought it was a game of two halves. The Breakers just was not ready to play to start the game. But that's why there's 4 quarters in basketball. So they played, they won total the last 3 quarters. So they showed some good signs, and that's what you want heading into the season. You want to have some positives to take out of a game like this. So in the end, the offensive execution let them down. Turnovers clearly let them down. So things they need to tighten up, and I guess if Barry Brown Jr. was out there, maybe it would have been a little smoother, who knows. But it's just little things like that. But I was overall happy with how the Hawks responded because they got 2, that move, that play. I wish I could rewind and pause that. So, yeah, the Hawks did what they had to do. Went to sleep for a bit. That'll be addressed as well, but they got the win.
So the Hawks 2 from 2. Hawks 2 from 2 so far in this. The Blitz, they play their 3rd and final game Thursday night against the Adelaide 36ers. And it was Tyler Harvey who led all scorers at the 27 points. Sam Froling, 19. after having 10 at quarter time. Rayan Rupert, the young French star, he was very good, showed his class with the 17 points. Glidden lit it up from 3-point range. And Vidanovic also contributed. But in the end, the Hawks were too good. They win this one by 4 points. Stick with us, we'll take a short break, and in about half an hour, we'll get ready for the second game tonight, the doubleheader. The Cairns Taipans taking on the Brisbane Bullets.
All right, we'll see you. You're out tomorrow?
No, one more day.